Hey guys, today we're going to talk about why Bitcoin is going to be the world's reserve currency. If you get value from this video, please like and subscribe. Henry Kissinger quoted that he who controls the food controls the people, he who controls the oil controls the region, but he who controls the money controls the world. The first reason why Bitcoin is going to be the world's reserve currency is debasement. What am I talking about? Dollar debasement causes things to demand a higher dollar value. The gold standard was the basis for the international monetary system from the 1870s to the early 1920s, and from the late 1920s to 1932, as well as from 1944 until 1971, when the United States unilaterally terminated convertibility of the US dollar to gold, effectively ending the Bretton Woods system. You can thank Richard Nixon for that. The reason why Bitcoin is so attractive is that the dollar, which we continually print for whatever reason we can find, it continues to be debased. So what used to be $3 100 years ago is now $300 today. That's a problem. And so Bitcoin solves that problem because it cannot be debased. The second reason why Bitcoin will be the world's reserve currency is supply. Issuance of Bitcoin is cut in half every 4 years. This creates limited supply and virtually infinite demand in the long term. Humans naturally hoard the good or scarce money or assets and preferentially spend the bad or non-scarce money or assets. This is also why so many investment advisors recommend converting the fiat dollar into tangible investments like real estate, gold, silver, or Bitcoin. Because it cannot be printed like the dollar, this can make it immune from the same inflationary dangers that we currently face with the dollar. The bottom line is that the supply is finite. As the demand for Bitcoin goes up, the price has to increase because the supply is fixed. The third reason why Bitcoin will be the world's reserve currency is demand. Demand for Bitcoin is continually increasing. Demand is virtually limitless as currencies become weaker and less trusted. As the older generation, which has all of the money, dies off, that wealth transfer will go to the next generation that understands the mechanics of Bitcoin better and is more willing to invest in it. This will only increase the demand of Bitcoin over time. In other words, the longer you wait, the more the baby boomer generation who doesn't understand Bitcoin dies off and that wealth is transferred to the next generation who understands it. Those are going to be the folks who continually invest more and more into Bitcoin. Number 4 is technology. Bitcoin is becoming more widely accepted, more widely used, and more widely understood. As people understand the technology behind Bitcoin more and more, greater widespread adoption will occur, leading to a growing adoption of Bitcoin as a legitimate currency worldwide. I know for my children, they come out of the womb understanding how to use these phones, how to get on certain things, how to adjust the contrast. My little guys are being able to use my phone better than I can. It's going to be the case with technology, especially around money. So the next generation and this generation who's younger is going to understand this technology and adopt it as normal. This will be normal, common sense to everyday Americans and everyday folks around the world. Technology is a big piece of the puzzle why Bitcoin will be the next world's reserve currency. The fifth reason is regulation. Regulation is a good thing around Bitcoin. It also creates an even playing field for the average person not to be manipulated by central banks and the Federal Reserve, ultimately ripping off the average person's buying power. Bitcoin takes control from the government and puts it back into the hands of the people. Bitcoiners, if you would, want to embrace regulation. They want to play within the lines. They don't want to be hiding anything. And so the more regulation there is around Bitcoin, the more the government really can't shut it down because there's shady business going on. Bitcoin is embracing regulation, and that is a good thing for widespread adoption moving forward. Finally, Number 6, the reason why Bitcoin will be the world's reserve currency is because institutional investors are jumping into the Bitcoin pool more and more. Large institutions are getting behind Bitcoin. They're coming up with ways for the average Joe to invest in Bitcoins, giving people a hands-off way of owning it in an IRA, a Roth, or a brokerage account, only adding to Bitcoin's momentum. If the big hedge funds, the big institutions are investing in Bitcoin and they're allowing an easier way for the average Joe to invest in it, that's a good thing. And as time goes on, they're gonna have that snowball effect, that momentum, and ultimately people will come to their senses and they will see that Bitcoin is the best world's reserve currency option for us as a country here in America and really for the world. Now, if you would like to see my counter argument to this entire video on why Bitcoin is going to zero, you're gonna wanna watch this video above.